Have you ever thought for a moment that you should be so interesting that people come to you always and talk to you, people surround you, you should be like a people magnet? If that is the case, then this video is for you. You should never forget to do this one thing, and that is listening. What is the difference between listening and hearing? There is a very huge difference. In fact, many successful people say that listening is a very tough task than compared to talking. The energy you are going to consume in listening is more when compared to the energy you are going to consume when you are talking. So in this video, let us see how successful people have used this art of listening so that they can grow in life and impact people and influence people in a very positive way. When I get some college vacation, I used to go home and come back. But whenever I am coming, I used to come with homesickness. At that time, there was a very good friend of mine, even now. His name is Karthik. He used to come to my cabin and he used to ask, "What did you do? Where did you go?" I used to feel so happy and comfortable because he is making me remember all the beautiful things I did during my vacation. I used to share this, I did that. And he used to ask, "Oh, why you went there? Why you did not do this? Oh, what happened then?" By these questions, he made me understand that he was actually listening and not just faking. And I understood that he was using the same concept with all the people, because of which all the people felt him as a very good friend, very close friend. So if there is any personal challenges, they go to his cabin. I used to always see his cabin filled with people like a people magnet. How was he able to become a people magnet? Because he was able to listen to people with intent, and that made the people feel special and important, and they never forgot him. Even now, I still remember that guy. Have you seen business owners spending lots of money for beautifying the shop and hiring costly people, but still they don't give importance to this trait of listening? Just imagine if the person who is going to talk to the customer, if he's not having this quality of listening, then do you think the customer is going to come back? There was a departmental store where there was a lady for almost a customer for 10 to 15 years. She purchased some cloths, and after she went home, she found the cloth was torn. So she came the next day and informed the clerk that this piece is torn. I want you to give me a good piece. The clerk said, "Once sold is final." She actually closed her ears and she did not listen to the customer's complaint. Now the customer almost felt, "I'm not going to return back to the shop hereafter for life." At this time, the departmental manager came, and the departmental manager asked what happened, and the manager heard the entire story. And then the manager said, "One sold is sold, but since this is a torn piece, this is not going to be applicable for this policy. So I'm going to give you money or a good piece, whatever you feel is comfortable." In this way, the manager retained the customer who was already a customer for 10 to 15 years. Just imagine if we can listen properly and make them feel important, that itself is going to sort out almost 70% of the problem. There was a company, they used to send the bill to people who are using their service. And this person, he thought that he has already paid the bill, and since he is continuously getting that, "You are due to pay this, you are due to pay this," he got annoyed. He scolded the customer service representative, and he filed a lot of complaints to the Public Service Commission about this particular company. And he also sent a lot of criticism letters to the newspaper about this particular company. But now the company is thinking, how can we sort out this person? How can we sort out this problem? Now they sent a lead troubleshooter who was having a very good listening skills. He called the person who was angry and You might not believe for 3 to 4 hours the conversation was going. Still, he did not talk about that particular problem. He was talking about this, he was talking about that. But the troubleshooter understood that he should never disturb. He was just listening with intent. And that actually reduced the anger of the angry person. And in the second call, he was talking about him. And in the third time, he was again talking about him. And in the fourth call only, they actually talked about the problem, and the problem was sorted out. And in fact, he gave the money back because he found that it was his mistake and he paid the bill. So even if a person is angry, if you are patient and if you are listening with intent, that is going to mellow them down. That is going to make them feel softer. And in that way, you are going to be remembered always in their mind. In this case, have you noticed he was talking about the problem only in the fourth call? It is because many people, they complain, they criticize so that they get the attention, so that people give importance to him. In that way, they feel satisfied. Have you seen people around you who just keep on complaining? Actually, what they complain is not important, but what they want is that time and attention you give. All they want is an audience so that they can talk to. There was a poor Dutch immigrant, Edward. He was not having money to go to the school, so he was trying to save money, but he wanted somehow to increase his knowledge, so he purchased an encyclopedia. And he was going through the encyclopedia, and there were a lot of big successful people mentioned in that encyclopedia. When he gets some doubt, is this incident really true? And if so, then what actually happened? If he was having this curiosity, he used to send a mail letter to the person. And now the person seeing the letter, he felt so happy. Oh wow, somebody is interested in my life. So, you know what happened? They actually called him to their rich big house and they explained what happened in their life. Like this, a small boy was in communication with a lot of successful people of America at that time. And he became the lead successful editor of a magazine company just because of this attribute of listening. Do you know an interesting story about Abraham Lincoln? When he was about to issue an order to release the slaves, he was getting a lot of complaints. Some people saying, why you're not freeing? Some people are saying, why you're freeing? Before he gives an order, he don't know what to do. You know what he did? He called his friend who was in Chicago and he traveled to Washington to give opinion to Abraham Lincoln. And Abraham Lincoln started the conversation, and for 4 hours the conversation was just going. Abraham Lincoln himself was talking about what would happen if I give this order. What would happen if I don't give this order? He himself was talking to and fro for that particular issue. And the old friend of Abraham Lincoln was just a listener who was asking the right questions at the right time, making him open his mind. Actually, after the 4 hours was over, his friend was not even asked any opinion at all. He was only talking for a whole 4 hours so that he can reduce his burden and open his mind, get some clarity. So people need to talk so that they can understand what is actually happening in their mind. People love to talk about themselves. So let us use this concept. This concept is not only for successful people, it is also for normal human beings where everybody is interested about them. If I have a pimple here, I am more worried about my pimple than a big issue happening in Africa. People are worried about water not coming in their bathroom tap than a huge famine which killed China. So we people are mostly worried about ourselves and not about other things. So let us use this concept to understand how we can influence others. Let us talk. To be interesting, we have to be interested. We have to ask questions. We have to listen to the other people. So this not only can be applied in business, it can be applied in home as well. So if you feel this content can be applied and be useful in your life, let me know in the comment box. I'll be very happy, and as always, sharing is caring. Bye.